I kind of feel like I'm living in a hotel. I mean, it's like a hotel with friends almost. I used the roommate matching process that they had on like the site that you apply on, and it took a little while, but you know, it's kind of like Facebook in a sense, like you get to look at people's profiles and see how well like you're compatible. And so I sent a few requests out and met up with some people, and then I finally found the one that I thought would work best for me.
Well, move-in day is like a really exciting kind of like I don't know, they try and make it almost like a fair almost. They get vendors and stuff, like there's free food all around campus. There's a bunch of volunteers from like the Greek system and everything, from sororities and fraternities that all volunteer to help during move-in day. And it's just kind of like a big organized, like, let's do this, let's get the freshmen in, let's have a good time, let's laugh about it, and it's always like a really good experience.
Move-in day was a lot better than I expected it would be. I have 4 older siblings, and move-in day for them was insane. It was so crowded and so overwhelming and kind of frustrating trying to maneuver everything. But here, I mean, I barely had to lift a finger, really. We just pulled up into the front of the building and people were helping unload our car into like these huge carts, and then they took our stuff up and all I had to do was check in. It's like my stuff was in my room and I didn't really have to do anything.
I was actually surprised how streamlined they made it, like allowing us to drive up to the building and unload. And then, you know, when we walked in, everything was very organized as far as, you know, where we needed to go.
So the staff here is really friendly. They always seem to like go out of their way to make you comfortable and happy. And they're always at events, I mean at night, which is way out of their, you know, work time. So it makes it seem like they really care, and I like that.
Well, for me, being organized and like happy about where I'm living has a big impact on my ability to get work done. So I think living with USH definitely made a big impact on my ability to do well my first 2 years in college. And all the amenities they had make life a lot easier.
Even on my floor, which didn't have an amenity at the time, because I'm on the floor with the fitness center, they wanted to do something so badly with the rest of the group, but because of the space, we didn't really have it. So the community manager and the resident director got a foosball table put on that floor, started scheduling events, and so because of the residents wanting to meet other people, we were able to do so much more on the floor.
Yes, there's a theater in Allegheny Hall, as well as in the laundry facilities where you don't have to pay per load. So, and that makes things a lot easier. And the theater is gorgeous. There's a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox 360 in there. You can watch your movies, you can watch regular TV.
Oh, I love it. I chose Westchester because of the town. It's so beautiful. I actually live up in town now as a junior. And I love it. It's so, it makes me feel like it's a home, because it's not like a city, it's like a little more suburban, but there's a lot of shops that you can go to. There's a lot of restaurants that you can go to. It's like whatever you need. If you need something for class or something you wouldn't have thought of, like it's just like, it's not a far distance to get it. And it's just like, it's really convenient as a college kid to have those kinds of things available close to campus.
In the village, you have to be obviously full-time student as any other community, but you also have to be an upperclassman, so sophomore, junior, senior. I transferred in here, so I was just kind of naturally put in the village. It is an upperclassman living. It's kind of apartment style, so you get a different feeling than dorms, and so it's just it's a different atmosphere, but it's a really nice atmosphere. It's kind of off a bit, like from everyone else, and it's just very relaxing, quiet, and it's a good community.
I would say do it. It's so worth the money. There's like a lot of places that I looked at. The dorms were dark and kind of grungy, and there wasn't much to do. I mean, there's different activities on each floor here. I mean, there's ping pong tables and pool tables and all sorts of stuff, and game rooms and movie theaters, and none of the other places I looked at were like that.
I would say there's no other experience on this campus like it. Living experience, I should say. This is my 3rd year in these facilities, and the people over here are great, and the workers over here are great, and the students that live in here are great. It's just a great environment, and not to say anything against people living in a traditional building, but just because you live in these buildings don't make you less social, because there are a ton of events in this building that get student out. There are a ton of amenities that students use together and that get them out as well. So it's an awesome experience living here.